Hey everyone, and welcome to Darkson Gaming. My name is Chris, and in today's video we're going to be going over the Chapter 73 review of the Dragon Ball Super manga. So yeah, this was definitely an action-packed chapter. I loved it. I thought it was very good. I'm pretty excited about everything that kind of goes along with it. So yeah, definitely like this. So taking a look at the way everything kind of goes down here. Starts off with Goku and Granolah going at it. Goku's in Super Saiyan God at this point, and Granolah is just obviously Granolah being a pretty sweet character here. He starts off by sniping at Goku, which Goku's able to turn around and dodge very well, and then get a jump on Granolah, but Granolah is able to get out of the way on him. And then they kind of get the opportunity to go flying through, and just, again, very action-packed for the first couple pages. Not a whole lot of dialogue. You see here where they're actually going through the forest, which I can't wait to see this animated, because I have a feeling this battle is going to be pretty sweet. So they're going through, you see trees getting blasted continuously in the back, and Goku's just trying to keep up with Granolah, but he's just too fast for him. Well, then Granolah actually is able to turn around, and looks like he uses like some type of a rope to get the catch on Goku. And I think what's interesting about this is that, yes, Goku is utilizing UI and God, but I think I don't know if it relies on ki, or if he's getting too excited when he's going through and then kind of losing his focus a little bit, but maybe it's just the fact Granolah's too fast. It's hard to say. But he's able to turn around and really get the jump on him. Just sends Goku flying through some trees, and Goku has to get bounced back up. And then there's just a really cool punch that Granolah gives to Goku, to where he's having to defend against it, and they're going back and forth, trading some blows, and trees and everything's falling down, but then Granolah gets the upper hand on him again and just gives him a solid punch, and Granolah kind of is flying in for the attack, and then you just see this huge energy burst coming from Goku. And at this point, you could tell that, okay, Goku's now in Super Saiyan Blue, utilizing UI, and they kind of have an opportunity to talk about some different stuff. And Goku even, Granolah is pretty surprised, because he just tells him, hey, you must have activated, that technique, because everything changed within your blood flow and your movements. And Goku's basically said, hey, this isn't going to be that easy to counter, being in Blue plus Ultra Instinct. So Goku's able to jump up and dodge some sniping again, get in behind, get the upper hand against Granolah, a little bit kind of dodging around. You really get some really cool dodge looks and everything. But Goku attacks from the left, then he attacks to the right, and then he goes to get a head-on attack. And then you just see a panel where both of them are going at each other. So Granola's going with his two-finger punch, Goku with a point-blank Kamehameha, and they connect at the same time. And when they connect at the same time, there's just this massive explosion. You see oil go flying back. Or was that oil? I can't remember. Whoever the heater guy is, he goes flying back. And then Vegeta's kind of noticing, okay, well, now I'm paying attention to the battle. And that blow is able at this point to knock Goku into his base form. So it was still a pretty devastating blow. So you've got to figure at this point, Goku is got to be getting pretty tapped on his energy. So that's one thing that's very important here a little bit later on. But Granolah even, says, wow, stronger attack, faster evasion, or, whatnot, that won't help you. And Goku's just trying to get up. He's just, I can't believe he was able to do this. And he says, well, I'm able to lock on with my ability. So even Goku's going through saying that no, Ultra Instinct should have no weaknesses. If anything's lacking, it's got to be his training. So that's the reason why he is getting beat. He just doesn't believe that Granolah is better than Ultra Instinct. So they just kind of go through, and they are having a little bit more of a conversation. You could just tell that Granolah's just done with him, and he's just like, look, you ended my people, we're just going to end this. And then Granolah does this energy blast from the ground, in which Goku seems very surprised by it. And then you actually see the I can't remember what the race of the people are that came and purchased the Cerulean planet, and they're like, oh no, we gotta hurry up and leave, the planet's, something's going on, and Goku's just getting blasted by this. Well, Goku ends up turning around, transporting back to Vegeta, and they end up having a conversation here where he even mentions that move looks like Moro's. So we have seen something that looks like Hakai, something that looks like the oh crap, what was the other move that he did? Kind of almost like a instant transmission, Moro's move. So it definitely seems like whatever wish he made, he learned every technique in the universe. So you also don't know if he's able to hit people with the single punches. That's drastically draining. Not only is it in a vital spot, which should be strong enough anyway, could he unknowingly be using Force Spirit Fusion? You know, it's just kind of one of those things that he just thinks, well, I'm hitting you in your vital points, but so we don't know what Granolah knows at this point. We just have to assume he knows everything. So then they just kind of go through, and Vegeta and him are talking, and he just talks about how Goku's saying he's off the chart. It's pretty cool because it shows him standing inside the footprint of an Ozaru. So Goku, I don't think, realizes it. He's trying to figure out what's going on. Vegeta at this point pretty much knows, hey, look, he's from a tribe of snipers. We've heard about them. Frieza wanted the planet destroyed by Saiyans, and pretty much Mackie and Oil have played him for fools. So he's figured it out at this point, and it doesn't. Yeah, you would like to have seen it kind of play out a little bit longer, but I knew it was going to happen while they were on the planet, because you're going to see the heaters get a hold of the Dragon Balls at some point here, and so it would have been, if it's not now, it would have been within the next chapter or two that I think the heaters are going to be making their move on the Dragon Balls and making their wish. I mean, I can really see at the end of the next chapter, the heaters have collected the Dragon Balls at that point, and you could see them getting ready to make their wish. And I think once that starts going through, we're going to start seeing some things kind of slowing down on how they're going to battle. So Goku's going on and telling him, hey, Vegeta's like, look, I don't understand why you aren't able to beat him at this point. Let's just go ahead and get him taken care of. And Goku says, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and use the full power of Ultra Instinct. So then he goes back, and then you just see this really cool look of just Goku just standing there, or floating. He's kind of semi-floating, and he's in full Ultra Instinct form. And Granolah is just completely shocked. He's like, there are 0 vital points. Like, he can't sense anything from him. And he's just like, what is this form? And then Goku explains, the only downside, or that this is perfected Ultra Instinct. And the downside is he can't maintain this for too long, so he's going to have to end this quickly. So he specifically tells him that, hey, yeah, I can't keep this up for very long, so we're just going to have to end it. So he gives him the secret. All Granolah has to do is like, oh, okay, so I just have to hold out against you. pretty understandable. So instantly Goku just goes and just gives him a kick, and he knocks off the eye thing. Granola's completely shocked at this point, and Goku just goes to town, just beating up Granolah, doing everything. Granola's shocked. He's mad at this point. Goku's trying to get him to calm down so he can listen to him, and he's just like, no, shut up. Nothing you can say is going to make me stop trying to get revenge against the Saiyans. So then he goes and takes his finger jab at him again to try to take him out, and Goku just instantly dodges, blocks him, sends him flying. He goes to do another punch against Goku, which he just embarrasses him by dodging, and this ends up really being a great, basically a handful of panels. Again, very much all about attack, or fighting. Not a whole lot of I guess the story builds all everything that's been coming to this point. So they're really, Torotoro's just showing off some really great panels, and he just, Granolah kicking a whole bunch of times, Goku dodging every time, just not even looking at him. Granolah goes for an elbow, and Goku just bam stops you. It's like it's not a big deal. Now what's kind of interesting is you sit there and you notice, you don't know how long the fight is going at this point. It's probably a couple seconds. And then this has become a very hot topic within this manga chapter. And there's some subtle things that they kind of showcase, the Torotoro showcases of why this is able to go through. Number one, and there's a panel where you actually see Goku's hands start to shiver. So Granola's right behind him, and he says, hey. And now I don't know if this is because Goku's holding him, or if this is an indication of Goku using that God bind, of where he just basically is blocking him. And it looks like that could be it, but it's hard to say. Is that a shiver? But he ends up floating him around, then Goku just does his instinct punch where he doesn't even connect, but he sends Granolah flying. And then just a whole bunch of rapid punches. Granolah just doesn't know what to do. He's just getting completely obliterated. And then it comes back to Vegeta, and he's watching the battle, and he's like, well, he stole the whole entire show again. It's already over. And then Goku realizes, wait a minute, Granolah's power isn't dropping like it should. And then he's kind of starting to do some checking. He's like, well, wait a minute, it's coming from a completely different area. So from here, you sit there and they start talking, and then you find out that Granolah's just like, they're having that conversation. Granolah's like, hey, look, I took you too lightly, and I probably shouldn't have done that. And Goku's like, well, you've lost. And he's like, when did I ever say that I lost? And Goku's just completely surprised at this point. And he said that he made a mistake of underestimating him. And then underneath the panel right that you see another Granolah perfectly fine, not beat up or anything. And he makes a comment that he split his power. So if anything, this is like a multiform technique, which you divide up your power equally amongst two different beings. So this is only 50% Granolah that's been fighting Ultra Instinct Goku. And Vegeta realizes this, finds him at the same time, hurries up and tries to tell Goku what's going on, notices that he's gone, and then it's just a panel of where you see the touch, where it's basically the heart punch to Goku. Goku's completely stunned, shocked, and you just see this ball up, and then the best shot. I mean, I haven't seen a panel like this in a while, but the best shot, just bam, right to Goku's chest, and Goku goes flying. He is out. He is just completely and utterly obliterated at this point. No pupils, and he's, Granolah's just walking towards him, and he's just like, it definitely took him some time to kill him, but he was trying to save his strength for Frieza, because at this point, he just thinks that Frieza is just that much stronger. You have to remember, you're talking to someone who only knows Frieza as the strongest being in the world, and he doesn't really know how to quantify his power or what Frieza's ultimate power could be like, and he doesn't realize that Goku's beat him twice. So this is one of those things that he's pretty surprised for. But Granolah specifically says that he knew that the accuracy dropped over time in the silver hair, and knew it would only be a moment in time before he found an opening. That's the debate. Ultra Instinct doesn't necessarily drop its accuracy over time per se, but because Goku is probably immortal, he specifically states that he can't hold the form long. And then he probably was able to tell, look, you're starting to weaken. He could probably start noticing movements change with his eye, that he was getting more and more fatigued in the form. This is Goku's trump card, and when it's Goku's trump card, that means that he's basically in an all-out dead sprint. Think about when you're in an all-out dead sprint. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be Usain Bolt. You're going to be slowing down after time. That's what's going to happen here. I mean, eventually Goku's just going to wear down. Not to mention he kind of pinpointed it. So then Vegeta jumps in, and then Vegeta starts kind of, mouthing off to him. And this is where Vegeta, I think, has found a way to beat him, because he's listened to Goku, because Granolah's been all about his family and everything at this point. He's going on. Now, the big thing is they do show Vegeta do the thumb. We all know what that means when Vegeta does the thumb. However, he does turn around and just tells him, hey, you're going to leave Kakarot be. I'm your opponent now. And Granolah's just at this point like, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and just destroy you. It doesn't matter which one of you goes down first. And Vegeta kind of does something. He sits there and he makes a comment. If you're so intent on killing every last Saiyan, then I'll use all I have to put you in the ground. And Granolah's like, what did you say? Excuse me? Who do you think you are? And then Vegeta says a line, the tribe that's about to go extinct is the Ceruleans. And you instantly see that Granolah is just peeved from this. I think the whole entire point that Vegeta is going to do is he's going to do what happened to him a couple times earlier with Beerus, is that he lost his focus, lost his point because of his whole entire thing. So Vegeta is just going to constantly, I think, in the next chapter, just berate the Ceruleans and just get him so off focus. It doesn't matter how powerful he is, he's going to be able to gain the upper hand. Then I also think at some point this is going to go into a draw. Vegeta will probably take a pretty good beating, and Maybe not. Maybe with his Force Spirit Fusion, he's going to be able to turn around and knock out some of the energy. But I think the next chapter is going to go through and is going to end in them a draw when they notice that the Dragon Balls are being used. Because even Granolah will notice that. Vegeta 100% will notice the dragons being used. And he's going to be like, look, someone's making a Dragon Ball wish. What's going on? It's the Heaters, because he knows what's going on. They're on the planet. And they're pretty much going to figure out at that point. He still has one Sensu Bean left, and I truly believe he's going to turn around and use that Sensu Bean on the old man. And that's when Granolah will finally realize, okay, these Saiyans might be telling the truth because they had just saved, the old man. So that's my chapter review. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe channel if you are new here. And don't forget the notification bell so that way you're notified each and every time that I'm uploading a new video. But otherwise, let me know in the comments below what you think about this chapter. And that's it. That's today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.